it's Cara here, and I am, as ever, so mad. How are you all doing? I hope you've got some sewing time done this weekend, or this week as it goes actually. And I thought I'd come back to you this week with another update on some of the amazing, lovely things I've been sewing. I have been sewing not very much over the past few weeks actually, but I have had a small collection of things, and I thought I'd break it up into a couple of videos so that it's not too long. And some of these have been incredibly quick makes, by the way, so please don't feel too overwhelmed with how many things I've been filming recently. And don't forget, I do have the loveliest husband in the world. My daughter is currently away in France, and I have 2 dogs. But you know, I do work full time. I'm not full time sewing or anything like that, but I have the loveliest husband, as you're probably aware, and he likes to do all the cooking and things like that. Having said that, I have spent the whole morning doing housework. I mean, like, yeah, real housework. This almost never happens, by the way. I'm not a prolific housekeeping person. I would much rather wait until the dust says hello and then deal with it. So today was one of those days, and literally I was up at 7:15 and I was cleaning the house until 10:30, and I didn't even have a cup of tea. That's just how I roll sometimes. It's also like that with sewing quite often. I can literally get up, start sewing, and then about 9:30 realise I haven't even had a cup of tea yet. Are you the same? Honestly, a whirling dervish this morning in my pyjamas cleaning the house. But it is done now, so I thought I'd spend some time with you guys and update you on what else I've been making. So, in traditional vlogger fashion, let's start with what I am wearing. And I absolutely adore this top. So I have a little bit of a problem. What happens to me with things that I absolutely love? You shouting at the screen you don't wear them? You're absolutely right. Honestly, I am a nightmare. If I really like something, for some reason, I don't wear it. So, today is the day I have the top on, and I thought I would put the wrong colour underwear on so that you could see. Well, it's not wrong, that's the point, but thought you could just see. Because people ask me about this fabric a lot. Is it see-through? No, it is not. So, this is the glorious, I can't even remember what it's called, shell lace. I can't remember what the French word for shell is, from Maison Fauve, and this popped into my basket at the same time when I needed to buy duplicate patterns, because Teely, who's just turning up actually, decided to eat them, to eat my pattern. But you can see here, this is the Ashton top by Helen's Closet, and I have it on. If I step back a little bit, no, my chair won't move. That's annoying. I have it on today with a Grenadine skirt, which I lengthened just a little bit, but it's still quite short. But I love this combination. In fact, I made this Grenadine skirt. Let me sit back down again. I made that. I made the skirt at the beginning of the summer and never worn it. So, 2 for the price of 1 today. The reason I wanted to show you is because I have actually got a black bra on right now, and you can't see through this at all. And it's such a lovely fabric for this crazy warm weather we've been having, because it's obviously aerated, which is a good thing. Oh, I meant to show you, sorry, that I left the bottom. I left it so that you could see the shape of the shells. I just thought it was really pretty. This is the most friendly fabric. You don't have to overlock the edges or anything. And I made this top out of 70 centimetres of fabric. Maison Fauve sell their fabrics in 10 centimetre increments. It is an investment piece of fabric, and I bought 70 centimetres of it. And now don't forget, on this particular pattern you cut on the cross grain because of this design, sorry, but not Helen's Closet pattern itself, but the fabric, the shells go a particular way, so that's how you have to work with this fabric. And as you can see there, I think you've got the all-in-one facing. I love it. Enough said about this one, I think, but oh, Cara, just wear it. Just wear it. I mean, look, just wear it. Just enjoy it. Wear it all the time. In fact, I'm looking at a future project thinking, you were thinking, do you have a cream top you can wear with that? And yeah, I do. That's going to look amazing. Sorry, I digress. Let me show you what else I've been making. You may have seen a sneak peek of this. What is this, I hear you say? A saltwater slip. You said you'd never make one, Cara. I snuck this into a video of some sort recently. Might have been the What Beck Sews one, actually, where I did my collaboration with her. This is on the back of the 4 patterns I've never made, and this is the Saltwater Slip dress, again by Friday Pattern Company. I seem to be on a bit of a run with them recently, and you're all absolutely right. I love it, and I made it in the fabric that I said I would. This was a really inexpensive viscose that I got from Cloth Control. It was on their sale table. I think it was probably £1.50 a metre, something like that. So not that I toile anything, I only ever make wearable clothes, but I did want to just see before I went saltwater slip crazy. And you know what? I think I could possibly go saltwater slip crazy, but the summer has decided to turn itself off. Although it's nice and warm, I'm sitting here in this lovely top. I've yet to have my summer holiday, by the way. I go away to France in the beginning of September to see my gorgeous daughter Molly. Yeah, I don't know. You're probably the same. I'm now thinking, oh, we're already into August. How many more summer things do I need? But I've never layered up a saltwater slip dress. This is because I've only had it in my existence for a short amount of time. Now I discover what the disadvantage of spending the whole morning doing cleaning is when your husband is out on his bike, is that when you finally get to sit down and do some recording, to do some footage with you guys, the husband comes home. I cannot complain, he is amazing. But never mind, interrupted my flow of telling you about the saltwater slip dress. How rude. But yeah, so I've never layered one of these up, so I often see people wearing a cute little t-shirt underneath this, so I might do that. I can't do that today because I'm trying to wear this one, but I'll try that another day. But yeah, really, really simple. You were all absolutely right. I do love it. Still not absolutely brilliant about having so much back on show. I think I've put a video in, hopefully I videoed myself in it, and you'll all be thinking, what? But I know that my back curves, it's not a very pretty feature, and yeah, part of all the exercise and everything I've been doing recently is to try and improve my posture and my general muscle structure. So yeah, but I love it, love it, love it. Do let me know in the comments below if you have made the saltwater slip dress. Have you surprised yourself too? It's a definitely simple dress to make. Even the binding isn't all that intimidating actually, because you use a same piece of binding to go all the way around, and then I just sandwiched mine over the top. I think I might have spray starched it to give it a bit of body whilst I did that, and then you just sort of sew it down once, capturing both sides. Well, that's what I did. There are loads of different ways of doing binding. Oh, it's chaos in the house. Sorry if you can hear lots of things happening. That's how we roll on a Sunday. So I have one last thing to share with you, and I love being inspired by fellow sewists, and in my lovely assisted sewing class I coach up to 6 ladies every other Saturday or 2 Saturdays a month, and one of the ladies was making a Starark dress, the name of which has neatly gone out of my head, so I'm going to have to put that on the screen here now. But basically it's a bias cut dress, super simple, very stylish, and she's been making it over the course of a few weeks, which is absolutely fine. She's got an event coming up in the summer and wanted a lovely dress. In fact, she has actually made 2 now, which is amazing, and I just really liked it. So I borrowed the pattern from her, and they were all laughing actually, because I took some fabric with me, and 10 minutes before the end of the class I said, oh, could I just borrow the dress, and she still had it attached. I know she'd taken it off the pattern pieces by that stage, but she'd traced it out on this lovely Swedish tracing paper, which is genius, by the way. a real robust tracing paper. So I just very quickly, because luckily I was the same size as her, just very quickly borrowed her cut out pattern pieces and traced off the front, traced off the back, and the bias strip for the neckline and the armholes. And because it's literally one piece on the front, one piece on the back, cut on the bias, you have to do it on the flat. And I just thought it was amazing. Now, I had to be very, very careful because anything that's cut on the bias obviously is quite delicate until you've got it structured. But I am super pleased with the results. So this is the dress I made. I bought this fabric, which is an art gallery viscose, and I bought this from a destash account some time ago. So I don't know if this fabric is still available. Let me put some pictures or video or something of me wearing this. But again, this would be a case of don't worry about tweaking things to make them fit you. Don't worry about doing some stuff that maybe isn't the correct way of doing it. If it works for you and you're happy with it, that is absolutely okay. And I quite often, when I'm doing the assisted sewing, I'm also encouraging the ladies to do things that are a little bit different, think outside the box. If there is a different way of doing something, or if we need to tweak something to make it wearable and and right for the individual, then I go for it. And this is absolutely a dress of that scenario. Now I forgot to do the darts. Actually, I didn't know about the darts on the back of this dress. So this is the back of the dress. And there's 2 sets of fisheye darts here. Now I didn't know about those. So when I put the dress on, it was absolutely fine, but it was like, I didn't want it to be figure hugging, but it wasn't skimming my body very much. So I did what everybody would do. I took it in at the sides first of all, and I thought, yeah, I still need something. So then I remembered later on, all in the same session though, that there was actually 2 fisheye darts. So I completely eyeballed the fisheye darts, and they are tiny, by the way, really a small amount of taking in there. And then Starark actually have you do some really funky or different ways that it's not. Is it Tessuti or Starark? Oh my goodness. Oh, I think it might be Tessuti. Sorry, did I say Starark? I think it's Tessuti. Sorry, I do apologise. And because they use this tearaway interfacing, don't they? So they had tearaway interfacing for the front, for all of the armhole and neckband, and that's a really good thing to do because obviously it's on the bias and therefore at risk of stretching out. And they also had this amazing sewing technique, which again I didn't have the instructions for, whereby it's very slightly gathers, and what you do is you hold your fabric as you're sewing it and it very slightly gathers it. I'm not going to be able to describe that very well, but it is a part of this pattern. I didn't do either of those things, mostly because I'd forgotten about those when I was making them. So it is true that after I put it on, yes, I had stretched it out a little bit. So I just, in fact I need to go back in and sort that out a little bit, but I literally just took in a section at the front. I don't think you'll be able to see that. I literally scooped it in at the front a little bit, and it's just easier to see on the back. And then took a little, can you see there? I created a dart on the front and dart on the back. Now, I can only do that because this fabric is very, very busy, and you just can't really see it. Let me show you the back. There's a seam here. You can't really see it, and even on the neckline there's a seam. And on the front it's actually come unstitched a little bit, so I need to go back in and sort that out. But I am super happy with the result of this, so hopefully I've put a picture in there. But this fabric is so vibrant. I thought it was quite, it's not muted, but I didn't think it was going to be so vibrant on me, if that makes sense. I love the binding on this. It's so visible binding. So I sewed it right side to wrong side, having ironed down the this side, if that makes sense. So when you fold it over, you've got a folded edge here, and then just sewed it again, so you only get one row of visible stitching. Now there are lots and lots of different ways of putting bias binding on, but in true Cara style, I decided I needed to have a new dress for my husband's birthday party, so that is what I made. And it literally took, now you could say, take longer, Cara, don't stretch out the neckline, etc. I didn't purposely stretch anything out. I am a fast sewer, but it's not because I'm rushing, it's just because I'm fast. So including all the tweaks and so on, that really literally took me probably a couple of hours, something like that. Just great fun. And again, I have worn that on rotation. Isn't that lovely how just new simple clothes can come into your life, howsoever created? I just think it's fantastic. I hope you've also been getting some sewing time. I'd love to hear in the comments below what it is you've been up to and what you've been sewing. And don't forget, any interaction with my channel is always greatly appreciated. But I'll leave it there for today. I'm going to be recording, I think, probably what I'm up to next very soon. So that should come out to you very soon. But take care, everybody. It's lovely to have you here. And until next time, stay safe and well. Bye.